going on, Cowboys Nation? Welcome to another episode of StarChasers, Girls Talk Ball. Of course, you know I'm your girl, Mickey, a.k.a. Craven Cowworld. I'm sorry, a.k.a. Craven Cowboys. It's my girl, Star, a.k.a. StarGazer Sports Media. What's up, Star? How you doing, girl?
What's up, guys? What's up, Mickey? What's up, everybody in the chat? Glad to be here with y'all tonight. Y'all know it's always a vibe.
Yeah.
When Mickey and I come together, y'all we did a late night show for y'all after our game.
Yeah. Came through with the reaction. Mm-hmm.
Now we back to it. We back to it again. That was our just live reaction, like right after the game before we got to look in and stuff. So, but y'all know we had to look in deeper and stuff like that. People been putting out their observations about the game and stuff like that. So we obviously feel better about it than what we did before. But just appreciate everyone here with us tonight. Please like, share, like this video on both of our channels, please.
Mm-hmm.
Please share the video. Please subscribe as well.
What's up, Nisi? How you doing? Welcome to the chat, sis. Good to see you as usual.
Nisi, glad to see you, Keystone.
What's up, Davis? How you doing? Welcome everybody in the chat. Thank you for your time. Of course, you know, we come through again on this late night Wednesday, just trying to give you guys some more fire content. As you know, just like Star was talking about, you know, and actually like Nisi said too, I was just telling Star off camera, like I wasn't still, you know, too mad about the game anymore, but it does kind of sting, you know, of course, you know, like she said, everybody been talking about it, you know, still all week. And of course, you know, it's your own team, so it's kind of hard to escape, especially a loss like this. You know, it's one thing to say that you can shake it off and say, you look to the next week, but this being, of course, a rivalry has been going on for the years. You know, of course, a big game that, you know, not just a Week 5 game, of course, a game that the organization, the fans were looking forward to, you know, really the whole season. But, you know, we had to get through, you know, we couldn't look ahead, you know, we had to get through the first 4 games. And, of course, it definitely sucked to come out with the loss on this one, especially just how bad the loss was. So hopefully the guys can shake it off. You know, we've seen some comments, you know, of course, you know, coming from the locker room this week. We heard from Curse, just, you know, not too long ago, you know, his comments on, you know, of course, the Kittle shirt we've seen Parsons remarks on the Kittle shirt as well. And, you know, of course, we see other people react to the Kittle shirt and what they think. So it's just, you know, before the game and after the game, you know, just something that, you know, is definitely newsworthy.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think, you know, with the whole Kittle shirt thing and stuff like that, it's like, at this point, it is what it is. I'm glad Michael obviously got baited.
Yeah.
Because he obviously shouldn't respond to no type talking about you're gonna have to see us again, bro. They done seen you 3 times in a row.
Right. Like, what do you have to say at this point, for real?
Quiet, bro. But J-Ron, they put out his quote, and he answered it perfectly. Like, I don't have nothing to say about that shirt.
Yeah.
He said, hey, we allowed him to score. Yeah. And if we didn't allow him to score, he wouldn't have been able to be holding up his shirt like that after the game.
Period.
I'm like, you know what? You're right. Y'all allowed him. He was touchdown list for the season, and y'all allowed him to walk in there and get 3 touchdowns. So there really ain't nothing to say.
Now wait a minute, Star. I'm gonna have to backtrack you. I'm gonna cut you off. You said Kittle had no touchdowns this season.
Yeah, he had 0 touchdowns this season.
And it wouldn't be the game against us. They decided to
you know that always happens. It's like last year, Christian Watson was terrible, dropping every ball.
Wow.
And then we just ignited him, and he got 3 touchdowns on us. So
that's and that's crazy. I don't mean to cut you off, but they said that the talk coming into this game was that they were going to feed Deebo Samuel, that they didn't feed him last game.
No, we shut Deebo down. We pretty much shut Christian McCaffrey down as well. But Kittle had a day.
And we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that McCaffrey talk because I'm glad you said that. 19 carries and 50 yards.
Yeah,
we look at any other running back, and that looks like nothing.
Yeah, we shut down Christian McCaffrey. We shut down but you know what? Dan Quinn had spoke about it because he's like, if you look at the box score, it's like we did contain him, but he was like, we were still giving up too many yards. It would be like we would limit him straight in the backfield for like negative yard or 1 yard.
Right.
And then he would get 5 on the next drive. That's why
I know exactly
like,
what you're talking about.
Only averaging this much, but those backs were able to eat. They were eating up the chunks like little by little by little.
More and more. Yeah, exactly. Like first they would hold them to 3 and then hold them to 5. And then, and I saw that a lot too, being out there. Like I know it's like a lot of their drives. At first, they could kind of get them in, maybe third medium situations. But when they started getting them in third and long, you get excited. But then, like we had that one situation where we were able to hold, we were able to stop them, but then and they got called back for holding, but then they ended up converting. So it just those long situations really hurt us.
Yep. That's exactly what hurt us. It just was a little bit. There was a lot did a little bit, and we got in too many. Dan Quinn said we got in too many third and shorts. We got in too many third and shorts, which completely pretty much eliminates your pass rush.
Yeah.
And thus, made
it easy for them. I mean, can we just say we made it easy for them for real?
We did make it easy for them, and even like how we play third and shorts.
Yes.
I don't know why in third and shorts, Dan Quinn has our players playing 2 to 3 yards off the ball. I'm like, you basically are telling them, go ahead and get these third and shorts, guys. Like, we're not even trying to stop third and shorts. It's almost like.
Yeah, I found the food this morning on Skywalker Still. He showed Gilmore being 10 plus yards off.
Yeah, like way off the ball.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's just they got to go back to there's a lot of things that our coaches, and I said it on Monday on my show, we can right the ship, but Mike and Dan Quinn really have to adjust.
Yeah. They
have to adjust these schemes. I think when we went out, and I put out some on TikTok today. Y'all follow me on TikTok, StarGazer.sport.
Yeah, make sure you guys do that. Yeah. So
Sports Junkie, and I put it on Instagram too. But like we got to go back to the freaking drawing board, and figure out who we actually are going to be identity-wise on offense, because that's what my TikTok was about. How we don't even know who we are on offense. Yeah. Mike was asked, Mike was asked, Dak was asked, CD was asked. They all had different answers.
Right.
He didn't know. He said,
right.
Oh, Dak said tempo and switching out personnel. Okay. And then Mike said we played
long drives.
And we played to our defense. And I said, hey, if we playing to our defense, and that means that we should have had a shootout.
Right.
Last game, but we wasn't able to move the ball at all.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I was listening to Girls Talk Ball, and Aisha brought the same thing. She's saying if you're playing to your defense, and just like she said, if you have a situation where, just like we had Sunday night, where your defense doesn't show up, or they have a drive that doesn't work out the way you think.
Right, we just lose that game.
Right.
Like, they really got to reconsider some things, and I think obviously, one, we're having some of our leaders not play well, like Kurt, right? Like Donna. Right. They have not been playing well at all on the defensive side of the ball. Mm-hmm. Then you lose your all-pro corner and Trayvon Diggs.
Yeah.
Our defense has changed, obviously. I was talking with my brother today. Another piece that we're missing, which I don't know why in the hell we got, Terrence still had a rough day.
Yeah, I don't know. He's having a rough season so far.
Noah, what's his name? Nagwani or something like that.
Yeah, Nagwani.
Why are we playing him over Izzy McQuamu?
Right.
It's a lot of things that we got to consider, but this defense being team identity it's a scratch, and they should have never even said that based on last year. It's like you saw what happened last year when we had injuries. We knew injuries was going to happen again. We didn't know who was going to get hurt, but we knew somebody was going to get hurt. So coming in, like our Hall of Famers are on offense.
Right.
We only have maybe one Hall of Famer right now on defense, which is Micah Parsons. And he haven't we can't even put him in that category right now.
I was going to say, yeah.
What in the hell? Please tell me how we're going to be this defensive team. Like, we just got all these Hall of Famers and we could just rely. Like, this isn't, like, they need to go back to the drawing board.
Yeah, especially for them to be having different answers to one question.
And then they didn't. I was like, if you have a clear vision, a clear identity, Everybody should say the same thing, and it should be a sentence.
Yeah.
Mike had about a 5-minute monologue on what we are. CD, I don't know.
He just right, and just like DC said earlier, like he seemed to be. Well, of course, from the game, he was in his feelings. So, and you can see him hesitate with the answer and just say, "I don't know. I should know. I guess so." This, and that is how you answer when you're frustrated, when you're mad, when things aren't going your way. But we see this a lot. That's one thing I'll say for me. We see this a lot from CB, and I understand being frustrated. But my thing is, if you're so frustrated, go straight to the source. Go straight to the horse's mouth. Go straight to Dak. Hey man, I'm open over here, and you're doing this on the field and doing all this to Dak on the field. Talk to him.
Did you see? But CD needs to stop it because CD was locked up. CD was locked up. He was locked up by Isaiah Oliver.
Right.
That pass. The problem with CD, Zach Martin keeps saying we don't want to say it, but I saw Armstead throw Zach Martin out the gym. I said, "Oh no, he did not."
What?
I saw Armstead.
Maybe it's just, and look, Tavis agreed right with you. It's like maybe they just got. I ain't gonna say maybe they just got our number, but it seemed like there's different positions on each level. Like we see where Fred Warner balled out. Like you just said, Zach Martin got handled. You know what I'm saying? So we're seeing different. Like you said,
Zach Martin got handled. There's clips of Tyler Biotish, our guard, getting thrown to the ground by Fred Warner. I mean, This is just. And granted, our offensive line played well enough to win, right? Dak had a lot of clean pockets, so we're not going to sit here and just totally crap on the offensive line because they weren't horrible, but they also weren't great. They played a part. As well. It's not like they played perfect. Certainly Terrence Steele did not play perfect. He gave up 8 pressures. He had a real rough night. Real rough night. Yeah. But either way, they need to go back to the drawing board and really figure out who this team is. That's what my whole show was about on Monday. You got to figure out who this team is, not who we want to be, not who we're trying to be, but who are we? And
not what you're told, not what you've been told. Like actually, I mean, after hearing different answers from everybody, I'm just like, I thought there was open, not different, but open, different communication amongst these guys this year. So to hear different answers, I'm definitely thrown off because I'm thinking that kind of choppy communication was gone once Kelly got
that was gone, right? And that's why I said all we talked about. What's up, Dwayne?
Hey, Dwayne, how you doing?
We talked about all off season was details.
Right. A purpose, playing with a purpose, play calling with a
purpose. Detail determined fixes. I forgot what it was called, but like the PCP, play call purpose, right? All of this stuff that we talked about. And what my issue with Mike is, if we're really doing this, then why are we having these mental blunders on the field, right? Because that was, even when we were blowing people out, we were having mental blunders in the red zone.
Yeah. Defense
having penalty issues, all these pre-snap penalties. Yeah, PCP. All these pre-snap penalties. Which I was talking to my brother about that. People keep getting on the mic, but most of the time it's the defense. Besides Steele's false starts, it's mostly the defense that keeps having these bonehead pre-snap penalties.
Right, personal fouls, and I will say some of the personal fouls are questionable.
Yeah, it's questionable. I just don't know what Mike and them are saying they did all offseason. It's like, okay, but why isn't it clicking inside the players' heads? Because even on offense, you have guys too close to each other. Like, I know that's not how to play is set up. What's up, JC?
What's up, JC? How you doing, man?
Then Kurt Warner comes out and puts out how we're not even running slants. We're not even running double slants correctly. I'm seeing these details that y'all said y'all was focused on. I'm not really seeing it at all.
Right. And just
go ahead.
No, I was saying, like you said, and like Tavis just mentioned about, once again, we have another player on another team calling out how he knows what we're going to do on offense once again. And we're coming out with a so-called blended offense, taking old and blending it with the new. Well, how does he know what we're going to do then still? So to hear that, like
I'm not sure what's going on, Mickey, because when I went to training camp, and you went to training camp, you went to training camp in Cali, and where were you trained at? In Oxnard. I went to training camp at the Star. And I was loving what I was seeing from our offense. It was a lot of deception, a lot of play action. You couldn't tell when a running back had the ball or when a quarterback had the ball. I mean, it looked so smooth from Dak to Cooper Rush. And then it was big bomb play action. I'm like, where is this, Mike?
Yes.
Because we're not seeing any of this. Now, we've been under center primarily, but we're not seeing any of these big play action bomb plays.
Right.
And a lot of shout out to like Okoye and Skywalker Steele and stuff who broke downfield. And it's like, we were able to get big plays against them when we did go under center. But then Mike and Schottenheimer wasn't going back to it.
Nope.
Which brings me to this. I think they were still trying to run this no identity offense.
Yeah.
Which is we developed a whole new set of plays in our big old playbook based on who we're facing, and that is done.
Right.
We cannot
instead of sticking to your own game plan.
Right. Instead of sticking to your game and sticking to what your team does best. Right.
Exactly.
Because you can tell we're not running plays at work. We're not going back to them.
Right. That's what gets me too. We don't go back to things that work.
We're not going back to it. Like name a staple play you've seen this year in our offense. I can't name one. I can't name I was like, when you look at everything from San Fran, Buffalo Bills, Miami Dolphins, there are staple plays. There are certain ways that their offense looks, right? Yep. Because that's what you're doing. You're developing what happened to Mike saying, I will have this many plays for CD. I will have this many plays for Zeke. We're not seeing it, Mike.
Right. And my thing is, like you said, so what, you only have 5 plays for CD?
Only 2 plays for Brandon Cooks? It's like, what's going on?
That's crazy.
What's going on? Because we're not seeing the consistent. Mike talking about we want to be consistent. Well, Mike, how are we going to, first of all, the first 4 games of the season, we've primarily been under center. We're like second in the league at being under center. And then you come out in the game playing a shotgun. Why were we in shotgun 80 to 90% of the game? That's what I'm saying. If they doing this, they still trying to do this. More or not, they need to get rid of that shit.
Yeah.
The trash.
My thing is, if you're gonna change it, you might as well just change all. Like if you're trying to keep this and throw this out, keep this. Maybe it's just too much that they're jumbling together. Maybe it's too much that maybe some of the players are confused on what they're keeping and what they're not keeping.
It's too much. I think it's too much because I'm like, because Dak's like, we're adding plays and deleting plays. Now, Dak, for your brain, because Dak is super smart, okay, you probably can remember all them damn plays. Yeah. But I think we've been having mental blunders and stuff like that because it's too many plays. It's too many plays. We're every week we trying to install a new set of plays. Like, why don't we find what we're good at and stick to these plays? Now, granted, you can add a wrinkle, every couple of weeks. Okay, we got this new play we've really been working on in practice. We're going to pull this out today. I'm not saying just run the same 5 to 10 plays, but you got to have a staple of plays that your team is getting comfortable with.
Right. And what gets me about that is that we didn't take, like you said, like you mentioned just now, trying to find a rhythm, trying to find maybe a pattern that you can kind of get back to the basics with. And we had the opportunities with those, I want to say those blowout games we had when we were already ahead, those 20, 30 points. That's really the opportunity. You don't want to risk the ball. You don't want to just throw the ball up just because you have the time and the lead. But you also want, like you said, you also want to take the opportunity to, you want to, like we did establish the run, but like you said, we really didn't establish any other kind of game plan or any other kind of staple play that we part of our offense.
No staple plays. Like you look at everybody else's offense, they have staple plays. Like we don't see anything. And as far as when it comes to, I'll speak this about CD. I think because I went on a Twitter rampage, I was like, "Ooh, let me get rid of some of these tweets. We might want to play." I ain't gonna lie, because I was going. But CD, it's not that CD's not a number one. What it is that CD is a diva. That's the best way I can explain it to you. So when he's not getting used how he wants to get used and stuff like that, he completely checks out mentally, and then he becomes useless. So when the ball is going to him, he's not catching it. For instance, that play where Dak it was Dak's second interception where it bounced right off of Michael Gallup's chest into Fred Warner's hands. The first play, Dak threw it to CD right in his chest.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the thing is, also, Schottenheimer, he didn't say names, but he said, you know, wide receivers, they always want to come to you, talking about you they was wide open. And then you show him the iPad, and he'd be like,
I remember he said that in this press conference.
I'm sorry, buddy, but Isaiah Oliver had you locked up.
Right.
You locked up.
Right.
Now, granted, there's some things we could have schemed him open. There were some things that we could have done to help CD out, like, you know, do some kind of stop routes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or some, you know, like how we got Fred when Ferguson got that huge game on Fred Warner, like quick outs and stuff like that. Like, we could have done that. But at the same time, CD, there's a third corner. CD has no business being able to cover you, bro.
Right. Period.
Like, I don't know how else to say it. Now, CD, we know, like, last year he broke Michael Irvin's record of consecutive 100-yard games, like or 100-yard catches, something like that. Like, we know CD can be dynamic and he can completely take over games.
Yeah.
But then when he gets upset, he also just
shuts down, like you said. Yeah. You can see that. And to do that within a game, you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of ridiculous. That's the other games where other playmakers get their opportunities. And he, you know, he's bigging them up. He's like, you know, saying first down, he's like, when Turpin was getting a lot of action, you know, he was, you know, trying to, you know, doing his job. He blocks, you know, he does his job as you know, doing, you know, not complaining about the you know, the dirty work as far as blocking. So when I see him kind of do that in other games, I get surprised when I see him kind of act out like this. Cause I'm like, you know, and like you mentioned with Schottenheimer in his press conferences, he mentioned that it's not going to go everyone's way every game. You know, not every game is going to be.
It's not how it's going to happen. A good quarterback spreads the ball around. Now, granted, you can spam a certain player, but let me tell you something. Like, CD is a guy that if he's getting shut down, he's getting shut down, right?
Yeah.
Like, CD, if you want to be this guy that was like, I want the targets, first of all, you have to show that you're reliable, buddy. You have to also be able to get open.
Yeah.
Dak's looking for you, but you're not getting open. And in this new West Coast offense, Dak he's only reading one or two guys. Like, this West Coast offense really is speeding up Dak's clock because
exactly. I was just gonna say exactly. They mentioned that on Girls Talk where it's like, Aisha mentioned that she felt like Dak's clock is sped up.
It's this West, and that's what him and Mike have to figure out, because Dak is one of the best quarterbacks at reading the field, right?
Right.
In the league. So this West Coast offense is like, you're kind of dumbing Dak down when normally there would be guys that like there was plays where it's like, oh, Ferguson leaked out and Dak still had time to get them. But because of this West Coast offense, it's just go to your first read or go to your second read.
Mm-hmm.
You're missing people. And so we as the fans are like, oh my God, Ferguson's wide open.
Right.
But it's like, guys, this West Coast offense is telling Dak 1-2, ball out.
Exactly. I in the meantime, while you were talking, I'm bringing up the footage of the few plays that Gelkin mentioned where CD was open. But and there's a play you were just talking about right there with Gallup. He's forcing the ball.
Where the ball was literally right on his hand.
Right.
And
CD was open, but like you mentioned, he's not gonna. Sometimes he doesn't have those times, and I think there were times in this game where Dak was rushing to get the ball off, because even in that play right there, you saw he barely took one look and he got rid of the ball. He's dumping the ball.
But that's in the West Coast offense. It's 1-2 step drop. You go to your first read.
Right.
It's not. It's all predicated on timing, guys. So things look weird to us. We're like, oh, he's open. Dak's not reading the field, and it's like, yeah, because. And that was also bad play design. Brandon Cook should have been going out. That should have been like
exactly a star. Exactly.
Just. they have to figure it out. They have not gotten it figured out. The nuances have not really, and we got this offense that they were trying to run. See, we was able to hide a little bit, you know, behind our blowouts. But clearly, this ain't that offense not gonna cut it against the 49ers.
Yeah, something about it is not clicking.
They have to retool some. They're gonna have to figure it out.
Yeah,
that offense was like children's. It was child's play to the 49ers. I mean, they had it locked. They had it locked up.
I'm gonna ask you this: do you think? And really, this is just background, y'all. So this is something we already really just started the show. So it's just really background, y'all. But I'm gonna ask you this, Star. Do you think that it's when we kind of say that it's a lot right now for the offense to kind of take on? Do you think it's a lot because it's, of course, you know, it's a new scheme they're learning. The guys kind of got a late start, you know, because they didn't play preseason. They did play camp, but they didn't play against other teams. So we know that kind of getting a late start. Do you think that's kind of is what's slowing something? And of course, we didn't have our O-line until this past game.
Yeah, I think O-line's got something to do with it. Because you just had your starting five for the first time all season, right?
What's up, Steven?
I think O-line has something to do with it. I think also like the players getting down, like these new concepts. Some of these players wasn't even involved in the offense at all last year.
Right.
Turpin, Brandon Cooks. These are guys that weren't here last year.
Exactly.
So they did a lot of stuff with Dak in the Dak yard. You know, of course, practice and training camp. But actually putting it out on the field, they only 5 games in putting this offense out on the field.
Right.
So I think it's just a lot of kinks that we've got to get out. And I also think that we're going to have to mix it up the way that we need to keep the West Coast principles, because I like the ball getting out of Dak's hands fast.
Me too.
But also we need to allow some type of wrinkle where not all plays is want to, like, this is, we can't go back to 80s 49ers 1-2 step drop with Joe Montana.
Right.
The NFL has progressed way past that. You got to allow your quarterback to be who he is, which is a guy who can dice and slice you up, has a great deep ball. Like, you got to allow Dak to be able to throw those deep balls. You got to be able to let him throw those intermediate routes.
Yeah.
Mike and Dak have been doing this whole thing, I think, really fear-based and worried too much about those interceptions. And I say at this point, damn the interceptions. We shouldn't have as much anyway because we're not doing the option rounds anymore. Right. So it's like, if CD don't catch the damn ball, it pops up interception. Okay, like what do we do about that? But you cannot handicap Dak. You got Dak, one of Dak's hands tied behind his back.
Yeah,
you can't handicap Dak. Dak can do way more. You know, maybe that 1-2 read stuff works for Jalen Hurts.
Yeah,
in the RPO scheme. No, not to Jalen Hurts, but it works for him. But when you have somebody of a higher intellect, you got to be able to allow that higher quarterbacking skills, right? Let me not say because it's not like Jalen Hurts is dumb.
I got you.
Their quarterbacking skills, you got to allow them to use their skills. You got to allow them to play loose. And I think this current offense has that. It's too robotic. It's too robotic.
And just like JC said, especially when you're playing against the Niners who are familiar with the West Coast, they knew it was coming with those quick throws, right? And
they knew exactly. Like the last pick Dak had, they knew exactly what was coming. They knew it was slant flat. They knew it was slant flat. We were running very static coverages, weren't moving, doing any motion. Like, you can't do that against this defense.
Exactly. And I'm glad you mentioned that, because that's something I kind of mentioned on this slide here about this, not just this or kind of this defense in particular, but really this whole team and how we kind of approach this. Because we all know we watched the game, we got down by that one score early, and really just when I was kind of looking at how we went in on our first drive, we ran it on that first play. We ran Tony on the left, and then right after that, Mike just starts passing. We see Dak passing like crazy. Like we see we had 3 and outs. And just I kind of looked at the past 4 or 5 games the past 4 games actually.
Right, and it's like go ahead.
And seeing our rush attempts, we hit at least 30 rush attempts in all these games, except for the Niners. We only had 19. And looking at the 49ers had 41 rush attempts.
We completely after that Tony Pollard run.
Mike
completely abandoned it because I think he figured I can't trust him. Mike panicked a little bit as well.
Yeah.
Just because you're running back someone, you gotta stay with it. And also look at you guys who are on the screen, Rico Dowdle, who was running hard.
Right.
So there was no reason to abandon the run, Mike. Like, you completely abandoned it, and everybody was just super amped. You could tell.
Yeah, I think everyone was really pumped up for this game, like over pumped up.
To shoot. Now, granted, I think if that was Ferguson catches the ball, right? But you got Shoemaker out there. He's not really used to high pointing the ball. All in college, he was blocked or he ran crossers. He's not used to going up there on the rim and catching the ball. So the ball did hit Shoemaker's hand. I know people were saying it was a bit hot. It was a bit hot. Yeah. But the ball did touch Shoemaker's hand.
Yeah, okay? just like last week when he missed the high point in the end zone. You know what I'm saying? That's
so let's not act like, the ball was just way overthrown. Like, it was a bit overthrown because Dak threw that. It was like you could see it was a missile. Yeah. And Dak was throwing that ball hard as hell too. Like, so you gotta catch that ball with your hands, Shoemaker. But either way, you could tell from the first throw, Dak was amped.
Yeah.
He was amped the whole game. So it's like, how do you get your quarterback to slow down, get his adrenaline, calm down, is you run the ball.
Right.
We never did that. You do, or even if you can do end around, like when we did that end around with Brandon Cooks, we got 10 yards.
Yes, exactly.
To settle the game down. But Mike they never could get into it. Before you know it, all we see is Dak just throwing deep shot.
Right, back to back. And then that led to the interceptions. And of course, by then we were already really pretty down bad.
The interceptions came, the game was a wash. The game was over. Yeah. But that was in the fourth quarter. We was already down like 10 to 28 or something. I mean, it was, I think 10 to 34 or something like that. But either way, you cannot abandon a run like that. He completely abandoned it. Completely.
Really from the jump.
Yeah, he completely got away from it. I think everybody, including the coaches, was amped, and they focused. They made this right. Michael can't. Dak needs to be let loose.
Yeah,
he needs to be let loose. He cannot be. Dak is a football player. Like, that's why we love Dak. Vintage Dak was a football player, man. Yeah. And when it was time for him to go, he went. When it was time, Dak was one of the best improvisers in the league, right? He still can be that, but it's like he's been handicapped. Mm-hmm. And we're still trying. And Kellen Moore made him just a pure pocket passer, which that can be that. Obviously, he led the number one offense, but we need to let Dak go back to being who he was, vintage Dak. For example, y'all take a look. I know they're losing, but take a look at Russell Wilson. The Broncos aren't losing because of Russell Wilson. Go look at Russell Wilson's stats. Go look at Russell Wilson's last game against the Jets.
Right.
Russell Wilson's out there 34, 35 years old, and he's looking like vintage Russell. He out there running. When the play breaks down, he's out there scrambling. He's comfortable. What's his name? What's the coach over there?
Peyton.
Sean Payton's got him back. We got to get that back comfortable. Like, imagine 2018 Dak, but with a stronger
mentality,
understanding of the game, and a better arm.
Yeah,
that's lethal. But they won't let. It's like, I don't know who is holding Dak back. I don't know. But I really would like to see if Mike McCarthy and them really can make a change.
Yeah,
if we can really make a change. We got to get Dak to being who he was, right?
Yeah.
Who is a guy, he's a football, he's a ball player. Let him play loose, let him play free. And also, it's like, is Dak, I thought this whole offense was supposed to be in control in Dak's hands.
Exactly.
The offense has been in control of Dak's hands.
Yeah.
So, because we saw how Dak called that game versus the Raiders and had Mike McCarthy didn't even make Will Greer look like that. That had Will Greer lighting it up.
Right.
Like, it can't be that. It can't be
even in previous games, we've seen Dak changing plays at the line of scrimmage to, checking out to run plays. So I'm thinking, like you mentioned earlier, I think this McCarthy
the whole team was just too amped. The coach was too amped. They said even on defense, Michael said it. Dan Quinn went in with the exact same game plan as last year, and Kyle Shanahan had an answer and a counter for everything.
Yeah, he ate it up, man. Yeah. Shanahan, it's like they literally knew. I mean, they said it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like you said, it was like you said, if you're going with the same previous game plan and you don't adjust, even within the game, you don't adjust. It's just,
right. That's the thing. You gotta. Mike and Dan have a real hard time adjusting in games.
Yeah.
And they got to get better at that. But ultimately, after this Chargers game, they got a whole 2 weeks. They need to really reconsider some things. I think they need to make decisions when it comes to personnel as well.
Yeah. Speaking of the bye week and just, kind of some changes we have some going on. We unfortunately came out with this game, with some injuries to our guys, some good, some not so good. Of course, we lost LBE and Goodwin to IR, and most likely, actually, I seen a tweet. I forget who it was. I think it actually was Gelton who said that Goodwin has two options. They said that either one, he can get the surgery and he would miss the rest of the season, or he said something like where Goodwin can build up the strength in the area of where he tore his pec. And they didn't necessarily, I think in the second option, he didn't necessarily say he would miss the rest of the season. He actually just kind of left it kind of hanging the way the tweet was made. But he said that, so I guess he either get the surgery and of course miss the season, or maybe strengthen that area, because he does play special teams, and we know him as
right. It may be something where he can table it and just wait till after the season to get the surgery. So
right. So hopefully there'll be good things on him. And of course, we know Dono, kind of got hurt, really pretty late. I was really mad at that. Seeing him after he got banged up, I was really just full of starters at that point. Late third, early fourth, maybe, I forget when. But, at that point, and then of course, here in Turpin went out in the second quarter. I didn't know it was that early. I thought he went out maybe like in the third quarter, but I guess I did notice that they put in Rico right before the end of halftime. So.
And they said he's got a sprain, but Mike said he might be ready to go for the Chargers. So
you saw that, right? Yeah.
I said, okay.
They said he was like the least of their worries. Yeah, so I was happy. Yeah, I wasn't too mad about hearing that.
Yeah.
So hopefully, I was listening to Girls Talk, Boys Talk. They're saying maybe if he doesn't have a chance to go, they might see about bringing up Jalen Brooks again. Maybe being that fifth receiver. And honestly, I wouldn't be mad about it. We have one more game. We're going into the bye week. Definitely give Turpin.
Right. If you want to bring Jalen Brooks up, let him play special teams and see if he can get a little bit. I don't think he's going to touch the field in the actual offense, but if you want to bring him up just to feel and do some special team stuff and like that. I mean, I'm good with that for sure. Yeah. I think we talk about the young guys, Wanye is incredible, and I think that's what Dan Quinn needs to make a decision.
Yeah.
Curse and Dono both have playing horrible.
Right.
I think like Nisi said, Dono was rushed back. I don't think he fully recovered from that injury.
Right.
But Curse has been playing horrible. And I think that Wanye has been playing great. He's literally got like 0 catches allowed.
And he's guarding these tight ends like it's nothing.
He's guarding tight ends. He's guarding Christian McCaffrey. He's an absolute stud, and I don't understand why we're continuously having him on the sidelines. It's not
right. Now, because he started the preseason and he started the regular season off with big plays.
Right. So big plays.
Yes.
When it comes to Marquise Bell's doing good, and he's actually like topping our team in run defense. But we saw how it looked. He was getting lost in coverage. It's almost like the Keanu Neal experiment. We need Bell to go back to safety.
Yeah.
No, he can help. He can help stop the run, just like the rest of the safeties do. But we signed Rashaan Evans. I don't know if he's going to be able to play immediately. But
they said it probably most chance he'll be for the Rams game when we come back.
I need him to get acclimated as fast as possible, because although he can't cover that great.
And Mikael Jones, I don't know if they're doing anything with him, because I know they brought him on a couple weeks ago. The other linebacker they brought.
Yeah, but with Rashaan Evans, I think that's his name.
Yeah,
this guy is a real hitter, a fly downhill dog when it comes to linebacker. And that's what we need.
Hey, go ahead and talk about him a little bit, Star, and bring up just some footage. I got earlier.
Go ahead. And I think it's going to do great for Clark as well, because something's off with Clark. I'm like, Clark was really hitting those holes and stuff last year. And this year, he was like hesitant, hairy. I don't know if it's this new linebackers coach we got in Scott McCurley, but I'm not liking what he done to Clark, because I'm like, Clark was supposed to be my guy that I wanted to be the middle linebacker this year, but he's not coming up and filling those gaps like so he does seem
a little bit hesitant. I was reading that he was we do know he came in on the injury list this past week with the shoulder. And Gelkin actually tweeted out he's actually dealing with an ankle as well, and actually and not getting too far ahead, but in Gelkin's article that we usually do weekly in his Unheralded article, they say he was actually dealing with some really banged up with his shoulder and his ankle, and he actually took on some extra snaps, knowing that LVE went out. So that's really why I'm glad. I'm not glad, I'm never happy about an injury, but I just wish they would have been more proactive earlier about bringing some other guys in instead of trying to shift around.
And we should have never cut Harper, right? We should never cut Harper. Which was dumb. It was just dumb to cut him. We knew he wasn't going to clear waivers. It was very idiotic to cut Harper, but I mean, he's gone now. We're trying to bring guys in, but I just hate that, because we had a young guy who had been here for 3 years. 2 to 3 years, and we could have really allowed him
to put that time in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's crazy. So 54 is Evans, you guys. He's the one making the tackle. So I'm just gonna run through a few clips. Shout out to Professor O, aka Matt Owen, on Twitter. If you guys aren't following him, he tweets out awesome content, and he tweeted out this. And once we signed Rashaan Evans, he tweeted out just a few clips of him, working there in the pocket, stopping tackles, moving downfield. So if you guys aren't following him already, go ahead. Make sure you guys follow Professor O on Twitter.
Right. And guys, make sure, we appreciate all y'all in here. Please like the video, please. If y'all are watching it, please like the video. I don't know how many likes we got, but please like the video. And Rashaan Evans, he's just going to be able to bring that mentality that we need on linebacker. Someone who flies downhill, fills their gaps. And I think he's going to instill that veteran mentality inside of Damone. So, I'm really excited for this pickup. And I think pretty much why, because people might say, well, if he's so good, why hasn't he been on the team? One, he asked to be released from the Eagles. Everybody knows he asked to be released from the Eagles. Because he thought that he could have a better opportunity to get a starting job elsewhere, right? Yeah. And many players do that. Like, they're like, well, let's see who gets hurt, because some team will call me, and obviously we called him. We signed him to the practice squad today because we need help. Yeah. I think also he suffers a little bit, I think, in coverage, but I mean, we have our coverage packages.
Yeah, have a hitter out there. That's what we, especially right there in the middle, especially with guys coming downfield. I think I seen someone tweet that we don't face too many mobile quarterbacks, but we're definitely going to be facing some running backs coming in.
Yeah, we need guys who can fly downhill and fill those gaps. Period. Yeah. Our defensive tackles and stuff are doing their job. They're taking up the blocks. The holes are there. Linebackers are just hesitant, and we can't have that at all. So
exactly. Yeah. And shout out to Sports Junkie. I saw your question earlier, fam. I think he asked if I would take the play calling duties from Mike McCarthy. Right now, I wouldn't. Number one, of course, it's still early in the season, but I do wish that he definitely needs to get together ASAP. And that won't really be an excuse any further. It being early in the season, it's relatively early, I will say. And plus, they still, this it's still a lot of. It's not just McCarthy. It's not just the play calling. It's a lot, like we mentioned earlier with the penalties, a lot of outside, mental blunders, a lot of, other mistakes being made, solely on the players. You know what I'm saying? That's not necessarily McCarthy. Dak is out there. Like I said, in my opinion, it seemed like after a while, Dak was just out there launching them. And I know he was trying to make plays, but after a while, you got to.
No, Dak for sure. I already said Dak for sure had a meltdown. That was Dak's first meltdown game where he was just like, F it. He didn't care. He didn't care anymore. And people were like, why was he laughing? Why was he laughing when he threw the pick? Have y'all never met people who laugh when they pissed off and angry?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why he was laughing. It's like he knew once again, like, can you imagine preparing so hard? I've had this experience, right? Can you prepare so hard for something and then nothing's going right?
Mm-hmm.
You not playing well. You done practice good all week. And then you go in there and crap the bed. That's happened to me plenty of times. I used to be a band nerd. I used to play trombone.
Yeah.
And
I play flute. Okay.
Yeah, I used to play trombone. I go in and I would, when you're too tense, that's what I'm saying. The team was too amped.
Yeah. And probably anxious and tense. I mean, we know the pressure they get just from being Cowboys. They're always talked about, I mean, even Hankins said in one of his interviews, it was like playing a playoff game in week 5.
Yeah, it was too much. They were too amped, and they needed to go in there and be calm and be focused.
Yeah.
But obviously, Mike had to have gotten them amped up too. Mike probably been there talking for, we go get away
right. Can you imagine? Like this a game everybody been waiting.
He had them in there busting watermelons again because they
were
they was amped.
Sports Monkey said Jerry needs to swallow his pride and go apologize to his homeboy Jimmy and cut him a big check and bring him in. We need a coach that don't play no games. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I feel you, Sports Junkie, but I mean, Jerry being petty right now about even put him in the Ring of Honor, he can just do, before a game. So I doubt he going, number one, cut him some money. Number two, let him, I ain't gonna say eat, but let him in on the Cowboy brand, quote unquote. And from a coach, I don't necessarily see that.
What we really need, because both of our coaches, right, Dan Quinn, Mike McCarthy, they're just very chill, calm-mannered people. And I was talking to my brother today, and he was like, you don't have to have an amped-up coach. Andy Reid's not amped up. He's very calm. But you need emotional leaders on the team.
Right. And the calm is calm as far as strict. I mean, Belichick, he's not hollering at the dudes on the play.
At all. Like, he's very, Bill Belichick speaks like this.
Right.
So he's very, so you don't have to have a coach like spitting and throwing stuff and like Trent freaking deal for crazy ass. Like, you don't need somebody like that. But you do need emotional leaders. You do need guys on the team that can rally the guys. And right now, there's nobody that rallies the guys. They all just be sitting there like a deer in headlights when the team is doing bad. You can't have that.
Right. It only goes down when the team is doing good, in my opinion. Because we see them on sides of the sidelines when they're amped up and when they was up by 30, 40 points, you know what I'm saying, on the Giants and the Jets. That's when they're hyped up and going up and down the sideline and cheering and stuff. But
when they're winning. But what about when you're losing? It's all cool when y'all are winning, but what about when you're losing?
Right.
You need somebody that can rally the team when you're losing, and that's what we're losing. That's what we're losing. Even every single one of them, CD, Dak, Micah, DeMarcus Lawrence, they just be sitting there. When we're losing, things not going right, they just be sitting there looking like sad puppies. We can't have it. We have to have somebody rallying the team. Rally the team. Get people back focused.
Yeah.
I'm
sports junkie, but I think I got these dudes gonna do what they want. You know what I'm saying? They getting the side money, they get these contracts, these endorsements. You know what I'm saying? So these are
signed the contract. Yeah, he done signed a contract with Bleacher Report. So he's gonna continue to do that podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, and even last year we seen Parsons kind of show some initiative when he wasn't going to go on. I think it was Get Up or Good Morning or whatever.
He was skipping Shannon and Skip.
Yeah, so I mean, if these guys had like she said, he signed a contract, but these are grown men. They they have social media. This is the age we're living in. You know what I'm saying? So it's these guys. And really for me, if these guys learn discipline, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say it's on them for them to learn. It's part of the game. If you're a pro athlete. And some guys are on podcasts. Fred Warner, has a podcast, but he's showing it on the field.
Yeah.
And no one's gonna say anything about if you're winning, no one's gonna say anything about the podcast. You know what I'm saying? But if you're playing like you did on Sunday, I'm saying people are gonna talk about it. So it's something that just goes hand in hand with what these guys are like the industry that they're in. So I just think, like you said, it's not something that's really gonna change.
Right. They just gotta focus up. They gotta focus up.
Period. Yeah.
You're right. It's a very Hollywood culture.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we were I was talking about that again today because it's like the Micah that came out of Penn State don't seem like the Micah today. Because
I feel that.
That I'm sorry, but that comment talking about Qdo's my guy and He didn't have to make it personal. Like, Michael, what are you talking about? It's been personal. It's personal for everybody. Don't you know by now everybody hates the Cowboys? Don't you know why a team could be 0-16, but they're playing the Cowboys and they injuring us and because everybody hates the Cowboys.
Right. You see Eckler all of a sudden is healthy enough to play us next week, but
everybody hates the Cowboys, Micah. Nobody is your friend.
Right.
Micah's become Hollywood. He going to the Jay-Z parties and all these guys, and he thinks he's getting drunk with these guys. And he thinks these guys are his friends. These guys are not your friend. It's like he thinks Tyreek. Yeah, Tyreek Hill's your friend until they face us when we go play them Dolphins. Tyreek Hill will be talking trash. He's going to be disrespecting us. It's like, Micah, you need to wake up. Yeah. You're not a child. You're not a child. This isn't NFL. You are a Dallas Cowboy. This team, the 49ers, have ended your Super Bowl dreams twice in a row. Right. Why would you not think that this was personal?
Right. Especially knowing the rivalry history. I mean, they talked about it 2 years ago going into 2021.
Knowing the history, how would you say? That's what I'm saying. But Michael was the same one last year talking about no one gives an F. Players don't give an F about the rivals. Yes, they do. Like, what are you talking about?
Right. And now it's blowing back on him.
And then
those were his own words. No one cares about rivalry, and look, it blew right back.
Look what happened. And it's like, it's okay if you can. Why not go exchange jerseys if you really want a Christian's jersey in the locker rooms or out of the press? You're the only person on the field exchanging jerseys, bro.
Right.
Y'all just got humiliated on live television, and you exchanging jerseys. Like, what are you doing?
Right.
Like, it's like he don't take it serious. That's what I said. Micah is a child. He's got all the talent in the world.
And they went to holiday with Micah's team, and he took it from Dak and this, that, and the third.
Absolutely not. I was never on that train. I was like, if anybody's a leader on that defense first, it's got to be DeMarcus Lawrence first, bro.
Yep.
Like, y'all always trying to crown Micah. Just because a player has all the talent, don't mean he's a leader, bro. Micah ain't done nothing to say that he's a leader.
Right? Did you see his post game interview talking about something? Well, that's the interior. I don't know what they doing, but
I don't know what they doing. But Micah is not no leader. He needs to grow up. I love you, Micah. Like I said, you got all the talent in the world, bro. But you need to grow the hell up.
Yeah, that shocked me when he said well, that's the interior. I don't know what they doing. I'm like, man,
like, you should be studying this whole defense, Mike. That's what I said. Micah don't even study, bro. I bet you Micah don't study, bro. He don't study film, bro. He's still out there just relying on his skills.
It sounds right.
He needs to grow up big time. He needs to grow up big time. I don't know how else to say it. Like, if I know somebody who puts their all into this team, it is Dak Prescott. Regardless of what you want to say, Dak puts his all into this team.
Yeah.
Like, Micah seems like he puts his all into himself. He puts his all into his brand.
Right. Exactly.
Why y'all think it was Dan Quinn that said he wanted him lined up? Micah, he wanted him lined up against Trent Williams? No, it was Micah that chose that. Because Micah wants to prove that he can defeat the best, right? Yep. He wants to go against the best, even though that was not best for the team. It wasn't best for the team, bro. You're not going to be 35-year-old Trent Williams, bro.
Right.
This is a guy who's got so many Pro Bowls and All Pros. You're not about to beat him. And I can understand you can give him a couple of reps, but the whole game?
Right.
And they had the statistics. Trent Williams has only ever given up like 1 or 2 pressures from Micah in our 3 meetings. It's not good, bro. Like, Micah, you got to start putting this team first. And I don't like he's not cohesive with the team.
Right.
It's like he just be in his own little world, bro. And I don't like it.
Like he changed in the offseason. I don't know. Even on the sideline, I see him kind of look. Even the signs of the sideline last week, it seemed like he was kind of like not off to himself, but he was just
He was the only person. He wasn't talking. He just off to himself. Like, what's your
problem? I thought it was just me. I thought maybe because I know.
I saw that too. I'm like, why Micah just sitting there like you're blowing out team and you're
he seemed annoyed. He seemed annoyed.
Like, what's your problem, bro?
Yeah. Like, I don't know, maybe like I said, maybe he was just dealing with the ankle. I know he has ankle,
but he got to get it together, bro. Because it's very disappointing.
Because it seems like he's like, yeah. No, I agree with you, and not saying that CD is doing the same thing. I just really want these guys to get there.
They are. Mike and CD are the same, bro. They're children and they got to grow up. It's like you too emotional. You're too emotional, and it's like, Micah, I saw you getting handled by Kyle. You check the fullback 1-on-1, 1-on-1.
Okay.
Now help 1-on-1. Kyle Juszczyk was pushing you out the gym, bro. Like, we can't have that. We can't have that. Y'all want to, and it's Micah that he proclaims that he's all this stuff. We doomsday. We the best defense.
He's the one that came out talking about Super Bowl. No one else came out talking about Super Bowl. You're the one that came out in your post game and in your locker room interview talking about Super Bowl. So he's kind of like, he's really just kind of putting the spotlight on the team even more. Like, we already had this pressure. And saying, now you're talking about Super Bowl. Now everyone got to be on the same page. Oh, we talk about Super Bowl too. Mike gonna talk about something. Oh well, now it's personal. Next time we see the team, probably like, yo, bro, like we just lost.
Shut up, bro. Exactly. Like, shut up.
No one else is doing interviews about how they feel about the game and what they do. I mean, they do interviews now because the media's in there, but no one out there, you know what I'm saying, talking.
It's like you're not taking accountability, because even in the podcast, he's like, now I understand, but he's like, the coaches, they didn't set us up. They didn't.
You heard that too?
Yeah, he said the coaches didn't set him up for. It's like, Michael, where's the accountability, Michael?
Right.
Now you could say they weren't set up for you weren't set up for success, but where's the accountability? That's what I'm saying.
I don't think the 49ers are that much of a team better than us. We just beat ourselves. Like, when you gonna stop saying we beat ourselves and actually
did not beat ourselves, Michael? Y'all got y'all's ass whooped. As I said, Michael, Kyle Juszczyk was blocking you 1-on-1, bro. Just stop it. Just stop it, bro.
Like you said, there's got to be a time where you take accountability. You say you're going to take it to the next week and put it towards the next team. But when you actually going to take accountability for what you did, what you did.
Right. He don't never. And even on the sidelines, you could see during the game, Michael literally saying, I can't do nothing. What can I do about that? What can I do about that?
Right.
Is that what a leader says?
Not at all.
Like, y'all need to stop it. Stop it.
Even Tatum said Michael's personality wasn't questioned before he got drafted. Now, I mean, we're gonna see. I mean, like Star just said, like, is that what a leader asks? Now, so I'm gonna take that and just put it towards the future. Like, we're gonna see what these leaders in the locker room like you said they were crowning Parsons all training camp, all off season. Mm-hmm. Parsons is the leader, and he took this team and this, that, and the third. Well, let's see what these leaders do.
Absolutely, yeah. Let's see what these leaders do, bro. Yeah, like, we know on Sunday night. It was unacceptable.
Right. He said, Parsons, I don't understand. He said, I thought that was my dude. Like, no, like, it's a rivalry for real.
That's your dude, bro? Like, what?
That's crazy, man.
Like, that man is crazy. Like, yeah, he got to grow up, bro.
But just looking at some highlights from the game, like I mentioned earlier with Michael Gilkin's article, Unheralded. Just a few highlights. No, it wasn't crazy, but just look at some bright spots. Just gonna show you guys, like I mentioned here with Tyler Smith. I don't know if you guys seen the clip on Twitter. If you guys aren't following Michael Gilkin, make sure you guys do that. He has just an awesome clip of Tyler Smith, pretty much putting Warner on his ass in the game. I think it's like it says here, the first drive after the sack. And it happened pretty early. And really a couple of drives before that. Tony Pollard had the fumble, so we know it wasn't our game. But like I said, these are just some bright spots.
Yep.
I'll do this up for you guys right
for sure. Tyler Smith definitely a bright spot for us. I mean, he's just been doing phenomenal. As I said, he's on his way to the Pro Bowl for sure. I mean, might even be on his way to because right now PFF has him graded as the best guard in the league. So
yes, exactly. Yeah, the best inside offensive lineman. I saw that. I'm like, man, he really on his way. As you guys can see,
you see what he did to Fred Warner. He threw him like a red. Meanwhile, Tyler Biadasz getting thrown like that by Fred Warner. You can't have that, bro.
Right. And we saw this, I think in the game last week where they were showing some clips of Tyler Smith as being a dog out there. You know what I'm saying? And he's been really good ever since he got back from his injury. Just seeing that he's just continuing on the same trajectory. You know what I'm saying? Just seeing he's still on this game.
Yeah. And I hate that he's doing all. We gotta put it together because we got the pit, we got the young talent, bro. We gotta step up. These guys, we gotta stop talking and step up.
You see, let me show you guys Jordan Lewis play, because like Tavis said, he stripped that ball from McCaffrey, and that's not easy. You know, we mentioned McCaffrey and Pollard. I know a lot of people say that McCaffrey and Pollard are the same size, this, that, and the third, but McCaffrey got, you know, he got some weight to him.
Yeah, but y'all gotta stop disrespecting Christian McCaffrey, bro. Somebody put on Twitter, we're gonna show on Sunday that Tony Pollard is better than Christian McCaffrey. Please stop it, bro.
Right, please.
And Tony Pollard, now this crazy because Christian McCaffrey done had how many injuries, bro?
Right.
Tony Pollard got one injury that everybody kept saying wasn't going to affect him, and you can already see the injury affected him.
The difference, exactly.
Pollard, the loss of speed.
Yep.
The loss of shiftiness. It's gone, bro. It's gone, bro. And it may be because too many I don't know what it is, but it's gone, bro.
Right. And you think they would have held, maybe just kind of held it a little, maybe took it a little easy on him? I don't think take it easy, but
they're trying to make it like a belt out, and Mike need to stop that shit, bro. We got Rico, we got Lipke. We need to stop trying to make him the battering ram.
Right.
Because he already not looking the same. He already not looking the same.
Yeah. I don't know if you talk about Tyler Smith, Tavis, but yeah. Tyler, he be putting his heart on that field. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't know if you talk about Jordan Lewis, that too. I mean,
Jordan Lewis played good that game. See, Jordan Lewis is we always saying let's trade and get rid of him, but he always plays well. I told y'all in 2021, Jordan Lewis was the top 2 slot corner in the league.
Yes.
Like we need to stop the nonsense. Remember, he got hurt last year. He already had 4 picks of the season. Got hurt getting another pick. Exactly. Not getting rid of Jordan Lewis. Now, who I would like to see on the field is Izzy McQuamu.
Right. He's been like a healthy scratch since the preseason. I don't know what's going on.
That's what I think he in the doghouse, because it makes no sense. Because it would make no sense for Noah Iguanamani to be out there over Izzy McQuamu. I think he
just coming in.
He done did something to Al Harris or something. I don't know what he did, but Al will not let him suit up.
Cause he ain't even, like you said, he ain't like for him to not even be active, for him to not even be on the active roster, like I'm dumbfounded, honestly. Because for him to get so much tick, especially he just had tick in the postseason last year. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of young guys
showed up and showed out, bro.
Yes.
Like there's zero reason for Noah Iguanamani to be out there over him.
Right.
And Izzy played special teams too, so I think he got in trouble.
Yeah.
I don't know if he showed up late. I don't know what he did, but he got in trouble.
This last clip, you guys, is just the last part of the article of like I was speaking of earlier, Damone Clark kind of taking up some special teams reps, because we know we lost Goodwin in this game as well. So they highlight Clark coming downfield. They said on this play, he actually reached about 18 miles per hour and going 68 yards to make this tackle on Ray McLeod. So he only gains 12 yards on that play. So they highlighted Clark because, as I mentioned earlier, he is kind of dealing with those couple injuries. But for him to take up those extra snaps, not only for LVE exiting the game, but also because Goodwin left.
Easy. What?
I didn't know that.
They better be. I think he's just talking. They better not be trying to trade him.
For them to stash Izzy for this long, trying to trade him?
Trade him for what? We gonna lose Diggs and trade him? Are they on crack? And you clearly saw soon as Noah Iguanamani, I can't say this boy name. Iguanamani went out. As soon as he went out on the field, bro, touchdown.
Right.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. They could be committing some coaching malpractice over there on that defensive side of the ball.
Something, or maybe they don't know how to utilize the guys or something, or maybe they're not. I don't know. Like you mentioned
earlier, can play corner and safety.
Right.
Corner and safety. I don't know what they're doing.
No, Tavis, I got these clips. I got them off Twitter. Michael Gelkin's Twitter. Like I said, he has a series on Heritage, so he has the clips that he actually puts in the article. He has it listed on the article's page, so you don't have to go searching for it. But yeah, I do have like I said, it's right on Twitter. So if you guys follow Michael Gelkin, you can get those clips too.
Yeah.
Yeah, to put him, like we were talking about, put him as a healthy scratcher is
questionable. It's very questionable. I don't know what's been going on. Somebody need to ask a question. I'm gonna slide in Aisha DMs and tell her, like, can you please ask the next press conference why isn't Izzy playing?
Yeah, that's
Like
that
with his
was a
performance
great
last
injury.
year. Yeah, with his performance last year, why isn't he playing?
Yeah, that would be a great question. We might have to do that. I mean, like you said, we can like that. As I heard this week, we can reach out and touch, players and beat writers and things like that. So to kind of get like shout the Boss Cowboy, our voice matters. You know what I'm saying? So that would be a great question to get out there. That's a good point, Star, because for him to be at week 5 and for him to not even touch the active roster yet, you know what I'm saying, is definitely questionable.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and do our Star Chasers, Star Makers for the game. Just real quick, my star maker for the game was Jake Ferguson. He had 3 receptions for 28 yards, but I just like that. He once again he just kind of showed his versatility. He shows that for the most part he can be available for Dak. We know that in previous years Dalton Schultz was always known as a security blanket. And I'm not saying that Ferguson is growing into that role, but we know that Dak likes his tight ends. So I just think that him being available for him, more often than not, kind of helps. Even though he had a really bad game, a down game, I think it still kind of gets his confidence up as far as completing those passes, kind of getting into some kind of rhythm. Although we didn't establish a rhythm that night, it does establish a rhythm with Jake Ferguson. We know he can make those big passes. Hopefully, these checkdowns in these games now can hopefully translate to bigger passes and bigger catches down the line of the season.
Yeah. I think Jake Ferguson, I almost said him too, because Mike needs to start. So I'm saying Mike, stop lying and actually do what you said. Because when you saw how you can see it on the iPad, Mike, y'all review every play. You too, Schottenheimer. When you saw how Fergie was routing up Fred Warner,
right?
Keep exploiting that, because I'm trying to take Fred Warner confidence away. We had Fred Warner. We played right into their hands, and we had those guys playing super confident.
Yeah,
he had Fred Warner on skates. I would have kept where is the Mike? What happened? I don't know. Mike has been at a play calling so too long.
Right. That's what I'm wondering.
What's going on? Because what happened? You said we're supposed to be playing matchup football,
attacking
matchups. Once you saw him put him on skates, you'd be like, "Whoop, got you, Fred. You think you're cool. You might be know that field, but you can't cover Jake Ferguson in man coverage. They better fix it." I don't know, but Ferguson really has been stepping up. This is why I get the whole Schultz thing. Schultz led our team in first and stuff, but Jake Ferguson is there. We just are not targeting him. But we've been targeting him.
Yeah, exactly.
The last 2 or 3 games, he's been the leading target. So I don't know. It's like, Mike, where was the place to get your playmakers going like you said you had?
I agree.
I don't know.
No, I definitely, like David said, Kellen McCarthy continue. Like you said, he's been available in previous games. We saw him make big catches. I think it was the
big catches.
Big catches.
Why we start off the game?
But
why are we starting off the game with Luke Shoemaker?
Right. And just like the last game, we start off with Shoemaker in the end zone, trying to catch that high point pass.
What's up with that?
I don't know. It's we always talk about politics with the Cowboys, but this early in the season, to be trying to put your number 2 tight end over your number 1, especially on the first drive, as far as last week.
The first drive, we gotta. You're right, because we did. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. That made that first drive instead of, and I'm not saying he would have caught it, because we saw in the Giants game he missed his catch in the end zone. You know what I'm saying? But that was week 1.
That was week 1 though. Fergie has everything. Yeah, he's catching everything his way.
Exactly.
And another guy we need to get on the field.
Yeah.
Jalen Tolbert.
Yes.
Jalen Tolbert. Go and check the stats, guys. That kid is catching every single ball that comes his way. Yep. That needs reliability, bro. And Michael Gallup's not reliable. Michael Gallup, he goes off in the Cards game, and in this game, he can't get no separation.
No.
He was doing the slant route in the Cards game. That throws him a ball straight to his chest. He can't catch it. I can't have that. Dak can't keep having these inconsistent ass receivers. He needs receivers that can help him out.
Exactly.
Nate Ferguson is one. Jalen Tolbert is another. We need to get Jalen Tolbert on the field. I'm sorry. They need to start really thinking. Because Michael Gallup, I think, he only got like 1 year left on his contract. Jalen Tolbert is a premium high-round pick.
Yep.
The politics say he needs to be on the field.
He needs to. He needs to. Like you said, he's catching these. And some of the clips I had, he's doing his blocking. You know what I'm saying? He's when he's on the field, he's remaining consistent. We saw him make a big special teams play. And I will say, granted, Tolbert was a little bit. Now I don't know if he was picking up slack for Goodwin being out of the game, but he did miss a few. He did miss a couple tackles that I've seen on special teams when they were punting, and of course, 49ers were fielding the ball. I mean, he didn't play. Now, I ain't trying to make excuses for him, but he didn't play special teams, in college and things like that. So maybe he's still getting his feet.
He's still getting acclimated with that. But damn, we talk about that kid needs to be on the field, bro.
Yeah.
Because that high pointing the ball, he can do everything like Michael Gallup, but he's also more elusive, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
We need to get him on the field. This is my star maker. Y'all can say what you want. Y'all can call LVE whatever you want, but if there's one team that LVE, I don't know, LVE hate the 49ers, because I'm telling you something.
Right.
that this man will show up against is the 49ers.
Right.
LVE, I wish I had the clip, but we saw him 10 total tackles, 4 solos, tackles for loss, as Mickey said, consistently playing well. He consistently plays well, consistently stopping people himself.
Yep, it helps stop the run as well. I mentioned he was helping to stop the run against McCaffrey, Debo, like LVE play lights out, and we are going to miss LVE because LVE is also the guy, green dot guy, getting everybody lined up. Yeah,
we are going to miss his presence.
We definitely missed his presence last year as well. We saw, I think he missed. I think it was 3 to 4 games. I know it was towards the end. Yep. I think around the same time Hankins got hurt. We were definitely down bad last year. But we're
gonna miss his presence. LVE, he just sometimes he gets in his head if we can see him hesitating. But LVE can fly downhill. And one thing, if you want to say one thing about LVE is the best. If you want to talk about tackler, he's the best tackler on our field.
Yes,
on our defense, he's the best. When you could say, oh, he was down. When you run into LVE, you're not going to escape him.
Facts.
You're not going to escape him.
He's not always. He's mostly at the top of the tackling list.
Right. So LVE, shout out to him playing lights out once again against the team that we've yet to prove we can beat yet.
Right.
But we don't lose because of LVE.
Right.
We don't lose because of him. And yeah, I think hopefully, like we said, Rashaan Evans guy can come in, help us. But I really wish we hadn't got rid of Harper. Yeah. I really wish we hadn't got rid of him.
Yeah, maybe we could have got it. Yeah, I agree with you. Like you said, not even just to have depth at linebacker, but for someone who's put so much time into this team, like you mentioned the last couple of years, you know what I'm saying? And he was waiting behind, I think, Jabril Cox.
Yeah, it's been his third. It was his third year this year, and he never got on the field, bro.
Yeah,
he barely got on the field. It's just I don't.
And for him to be a draft, I don't know, was he a draft pick?
Yes,
was he a draft pick for him?
He was our last draft pick in the 2021 draft, I think. Yeah.
No, man,
we got rid of him.
That's how I was really shocked for it to be him that they decided.
Sports said, "Do we think CD is missing Amari?" I do think he misses Amari. Like, I believe CD is missing Amari because Amari was obviously that true mentor, right?
Yeah.
She's gotten it out of Cooks, but Cooks was more close to Jalen Tolbert than CD.
Right.
Now, CD, like I said, CD is a number 1 wide receiver.
Yeah.
But he gets the numbers prove that, bro. He was all, he was all pro last year. So let's calm down. Yeah. But.
And he even got his, cut you off, but he got his numbers even when we didn't have Dak.
Right. He got something like, yeah. So CD is that dude. He just needs to stop the diva act.
Yeah.
And step up.
Yeah.
Because one thing I tell you that Dak hates, when he throws the ball to you and you don't catch it, he's done with you.
Yeah. Yeah, Dak was with him. Yeah, like he's like, look, he already like, look, I ain't got time. You know what I'm saying?
He throw the ball your way, you're not catching it. He's done with you.
Right. He was even bigging up Dennis Houston. Like, look, he's where I need him to be. He's at the right place at the right time, and I'm going to him.
He needs you to be where he needs to be, and he needs you to catch the freaking ball. Like, Dak needs more reliable hands, bro.
Yeah.
He needs more reliable, and CD can be that, but then CD be getting all diva-ish, bro. And I think because he pouting, we're gonna feature him versus the Chargers.
Yeah.
Just to get his morale up, because obviously he's so upset. They done asked Mike about it. They done asked Jerry about it. They done asked Schottenheimer about it.
Yeah.
And I know what Jerry said. Oh, I don't know about that, but it could be a contract sabotage. But it could also be Jerry and Steven have always said Dak is best when he spreads the ball around.
Right, exactly. And we've seen that in the first 4 games, Dak spreading the ball around. So it's not a surprise.
It's always said that, guys. So, yeah, it could be they're trying to set CD up, but I don't think we're doing that no more because Stephen Jones done gave everybody the bag.
Yeah. And they picked up his 5th year.
I don't think they're trying to, and they picked up his, I don't think they're trying to set CD up. I think they want to pay CD, but I think they do get turned off by CD acting like a diva. I do think that.
Right.
And I do think they like, listen, we got some dogs coming out this draft next year.
Right. I know. I agree with you. I mean, you don't see
real wide receiver dogs coming out this draft this upcoming year. So I think CD, like they love CD. They do value him. They do want to pay him.
Yeah.
But he needs to be consistent, bro. Be consistent, bro.
And
when the ball comes your way, catch it, bro. Like,
and in my opinion, I understand it's been years, you know what I'm saying? But now, you know, he just kind of, just like, not just like us fans, but like the players, like the coaches, they got to be just a little bit more patient. We're going into another year where we don't have the problem with the OC. This first year, Mike McCarthy is able to call his own plays, you know, like you mentioned earlier. Yeah, like you mentioned earlier, which was a great point. We have guys who weren't here last year that know the basic of the
we have featured him because if you look at now, I know these past 3 games, but let me see his targets. Let me see what was it us versus the Pats.
Let me see.
I'm trying to look up versus Pats. I think let me see what CD had.
I'm gonna bring up the Jets to see what his target.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and bring it up because this is him. Oh, I'm about to say 1 target. Okay, he only had 4. He had 4 targets. But everybody else, like it seems like they're trying to be balanced because Michael Gallup got 5, Tolbert 4, CD 4. Brandon Cooks 4, but he was the only guy that got a touchdown.
Okay. Yeah, because even in the Jets game, he had 11 targets. Or actually, no, he had 13 targets, caught 11.
And he had like 100 yards or whatever?
Yeah, 143. He just didn't have a touchdown.
Right. So it's like, CD, we are utilizing you, bro. Like, don't act like we just completely exiting you out of game plans, bro. Like, we're not completely exiting you out, bro.
That's exactly that's what gets me so frustrated because it's like like you said, it's not like we're not targeting. Even last year, even when you were damn near our only option, you know what I'm saying? You were getting
we were forcing the ball to you last year.
Yes, exactly. Maybe another thing, maybe he's not. I mean, I'm sure he's used to other people getting the ball and things like that. Like I said, he big ups the other players when they make plays and things like that. But it just frustrates me when you have one game where things aren't necessarily going your way and you want to bring attention on you.
Yeah, it's like just settle down. Let me see how many targets he get, 5 or 8 this game. Let me see.
He's a Sports Junkie. While you're looking at that, Sports Junkie said I think most teams force feed their number 1. Like Chase been getting 19 targets. If he's our number 1, we need to make a way to get him the ball. Now, I do agree with you on that one, Sports Junkie. But at the same time, I think on Bengals, I think T. Higgins is dealing with a bad rib, I think, like that. And I think they're number 2. So they, I mean,
in this game too, like CD, you and Pollard had the most touches. So it's not like we're looking at people over you, bro. Like The only people that had more targets than him, even versus the pass, was Jake Ferguson, obviously because we know Dak loves the tight end. He's open. And then Michael Gallup had one more target than you, bro. So it's like, just calm down, bro. Like, we're not exiting you out of games. But and Mike said he had to have a personal talk with CD. So I know they're going to feature him next game. Cause he's such
like I was saying, I think other teams just have different situations. Me just getting down to the basic. I think we're a run first team. I think that's
yeah, we are a run first team, and everybody wants targets, bro. Like, what the hell we get Brandon Cooks for not to give him the ball, and I want James Tolbert getting the ball, bro. So it's like it's only one ball to go around, and we also need to give Ferguson the ball because it's only one ball to go around.
Exactly.
Like, we have more playmakers this year, bro, and we're trying to get everybody involved. We're trying to get everybody involved, and the one thing you'll know is that he likes to get his young guys involved because he's trying to get their confidence up.
Yep.
He's trying to get their confidence up. So it's like, CD, just calm the freak down.
Yeah, because we have a whole season. You know, we got playoffs coming up. You know what I'm saying? So I think he just has to be patient. You know what I'm saying? Just slightly more patient. There's I mean, as you can see, there's still things out. You know what I'm saying?
Right, Sports Junkie, 10 to 15 targets a game. Okay, so that means Fergie gets how much? 2? Brandon Cooks gets what? 5? Like, we're not even on the field that much, bro. Like, we got
and we weren't even really, and CD got to get that too. We only had, I think, the ball for 20 minutes, 22 minutes. So in that particular situation,
they say constantly, bro, like, it is a focus in this offense, ball distribution.
Yeah.
Distribute the ball.
Right. And it comes in handy with controlling the time of possession. When we don't do that, you can't control the game plan, really.
Right. Like, ball distribution. That's our goal. Like, that's what Dak is told to do. That's what Dak is best when he distributes the ball.
Yep.
I think Dez did the same thing, and Dak told him we'll get open. Amari Cooper got the ball a lot because he was always open.
Right.
You think if CD was always open, Dak wouldn't throw him the ball? No. But he don't be always open.
Right.
And then you throw him the ball, then he drop it. Like,
that's one thing. Like, I understand, like, it's their job for these reporters, and you can see these 3-4 plays that CD is opening that Dak may have missed. But like you just mentioned, Star, they were under pressure. Dak, you can see Dak screaming out of the pocket. So now all those times he's going to see CD. And like you mentioned, if he went to CD on the previous play before going to Gallup and he dropped the ball, he may not feel confident going right back to CD.
Exactly. I'm gonna go right back to CD. And maybe that goes right back to CD there, and then it's a freaking pick because Dak's now thinking, okay, I just went to CD. If I try to go to CD again, Fred Warner gonna bait me. Like, y'all don't know. Like, there's a lot of stuff that's going on through Dak's head, and he has to make split second decisions.
Right, exactly. I feel because I was kind of like that during the game too. Like, go to CD. But like you say, with more playmakers, things like that, and sooner or later they're gonna start. And CD got rid of that too. If you're gonna be a known receiver, you gotta be able to handle the pressure, the coverage that comes with that.
The pressure and the coverage, right? Like, if you want to, I want to be Jay Jettas, right? If I want to be Jay Jettas or I want to be Jamar Chase, then get open, bro.
Right. You want to be Devontae Adams is your saying your role model, who you want to be like. Well, you see how he fights for the ball. He goes up for the ball. He fights. He fights dudes off to get that ball. And comes down with it no matter. And we seen, because I don't know, but earlier in the season we seen CD make a catch like that. He made a catch and he came down. I think he flipped on his back, almost landed.
He can do it. CD can do it.
And we know he can do it. It's just he just, I don't understand how from one game to the next, he just gets so impatient with himself.
Right. Like, we just don't need. We got so many playmakers, bro. Like, we just don't need. Glad to see you.
Good to see you, man.
We just don't understand. Like, CD's gonna get his targets, bro. But everybody else also needs their targets, bro. Because this offense is not just about. We don't force feed our number ones over here.
Right. Period.
I know y'all used to that. When Romo was here, he just force fed the ball to Dez all the time.
Yeah.
But where did that get us?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It didn't nowhere. Nowhere. Sometimes it won us games.
Right.
And sometimes it lost us games. I.e. 2014, which we know was a catch. Well, I'm not saying it wasn't a catch. We all know it was a catch. The NFL declared it was a catch.
Right, exactly.
We could have sustained that drive. He had Cole Beasley wide open. But he said, F that. It was always Romo. Y'all won't. Sometimes it's not so good for a quarterback to just go completely off script like Romo did.
Yeah.
And I understand if Romo got us to a championship game playing off script, okay. But the fact is that he did not. So let me just throw that out there, because it's like every time we just wish he was like Romo, because Romo would just give it to Dez no matter what. He didn't care, and I'm like, okay, but did that? Where did that really get us?
Right.
It didn't get us to the championship.
Right.
I don't know what to tell y'all. And like I said, if it was a different story, it would be a different story. Yeah. But the fact is that it's not a different story, bro. It's not. Yeah. So that's just a reality.
Just real quick before we get out of here, Star, what you think? Just give, if you want to get, because just before we get out of here, you guys, make sure you guys
talk about the Chargers.
yeah. But make sure you guys be on the lookout. We actually have a show coming up this Friday. I think we're going to be linking up with Cole's Cowboys. So make sure you guys keep a lookout for that. We're going to come through at the time, as you guys know, later on this week. We're going to be coming through, just doing a little collab show right quick. But yeah.
Right, yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, and I was going to say, of course, we got the Chargers coming up. Kellen Moore, Austin Eckler all of a sudden playing us. I think Mike Williams, he actually went out for the year, but they're still going to have Keenan Allen, I believe. They got
Keenan Allen. Yeah, apparently, I have not watched most of the Chargers game, but listening to other content creators, they spamming Keenan Allen.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're spamming.
Yeah, I think he broke some record early this year about having the most, 30 receptions.
Yeah, they're spamming the heck out of Keenan Allen. So pretty much, it's gonna be Keenan Allen or Dwayne. I think I saw you sent it to me on my email. Thank you so much, Dwayne.
Yeah, appreciate you, Dwayne, and thank you for sending the last time too. I didn't shout you out on the show. I actually seen it when I got off camera, but thank you for that, fam. Appreciate that.
I appreciate that so much. Every time you done it, I really do, bro. Y'all gonna see I was able to buy some Cowboys gear. Y'all gonna see us getting delivered. So it may be here by Friday for our show, but if not,
let's go.
It'll be here next by Monday when I do my other podcast. But the Chargers. Now the Chargers defense, we're not good. You know what I'm saying? They're not really good.
Right.
Now when it comes to our offense, obviously it's going to be Joshua Kelly, yes, and they have a tight end too that I think is pretty good.
Oh, really? Let me look at it. I got ESPN open. I can look at my right quick.
Yeah, they have a good tight end over there. Chargers roster. Joshua Palmer. Dang, I forgot they got Deion Henley, bro. Is he even on the field? Deion Henley was in my top 7 linebackers. Let me see here.
Oh, I forgot they picked up Simi too. It looked like he's gonna be on the actual active roster.
Oh yeah. Okay, they got Gerald Everett over there. He a dog.
Yeah, so they do. I mean, they got Simi on the second chart. Let me see.
I thought they had another tight end. Joshua Kelly, that's their running back. Yeah, Joshua Kelly, Austin Eckler. They got Asante Samuel, who's a dog. I'm trying to see. Yeah, but we owe the Chargers an ass whooping for that stunt they pulled in their little promo video at the beginning of the season.
What you talking about? I ain't see that.
You don't remember when they talk about Dak was thrown under the bus and all that shit? You don't remember that?
No. I must be behind. I must look that up.
Go back and watch the Chargers schedule review.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, we got some, y'all. I think that's funny.
What's good? How you doing, fam? Thanks for joining us.
They think shit sweet. Yeah, we I think y'all know how the Cowboys do. Whenever we get embarrassed, and we ain't got embarrassed in a long time, but whenever we get a loss, we usually just completely dominate.
Come back the next week and dominate.
I'm still sorry for Parham. That's his name, Donald Parham. I was looking for him. Parham.
Oh, okay, the tight end. Okay.
Yes, I think
they do have Gerald Everett. I forgot about that. He's been like a journeyman, ain't it?
Yes.
He's been like on the Rams and all that.
He's still pretty good. And they got Quentin Johnson. Nobody's been talking about Quentin Johnson, so I guess they don't even care about him over there.
That is right. Yeah, I forgot they got him too. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. But I think so you think he'll be on Bland?
Who?
Or Bland will be on him, Quentin Johnson, I mean?
Yes, most likely. Or they might switch it up and put they may put Stephon on Quentin and put Bland on Keenan.
On Keenan, yeah. Okay.
But Keenan's not as shifty as he used to be, so they may reverse it. But Quentin Johnson's not a shifty guy either. He's an X wide receiver, high point the ball type of guy.
Okay.
So I mean, I feel like our corners could match up with either one, to be quite honest. Parham, great matchup for Wanye.
Yes.
I don't think Curse, because Curse ain't too much the tight end whisper or eraser anymore. I'm sorry.
Doesn't seem like it. No.
He's not that.
Especially especially how they seen Wanye playing on Waller like very early in the season. Like
right, yeah. It definitely needs to be Wanye.
Yeah.
On those tight ends and also on the running backs. Like Austin Eckler, that's a perfect matchup for Wanye. Obviously, Wanye was able to handle Christian McCaffrey in the pass game.
Right.
You can handle Christian McCaffrey in the pass game. I'm pretty sure you can handle about any scat back type of back like Austin Eckler. So you should definitely be able to handle them for sure. And their offensive line is pretty decent. I mean, you got Rashawn Slater, Dog, Zion Johnson. He had a hard rookie year, but I don't know if he's doing better. But Trey Pimpey, I don't know. Like our defensive line should be able to eat. And also, let's see how much, just before we get off of here, I want to see how much Kellen's been running the ball.
Me too.
I don't think he's been running that much because Justin Herbert been throwing like 48 times a game. So
yeah, I think maybe it was just like, I think maybe week 2 or week 3, like they said Kellen was like run heavy. But I think that was the same week they went to overtime and ended up losing the game because they had the 3 and out in overtime.
Yeah, let me look at it. So they played the Dolphins, lost 36-34. Player stats. Okay, he gave Eckler 16 carries. Woo, and he gave Joshua Kelly 16 carries.
Whoa, both had 16?
And Justin Herbert had 5 carries. They each had rushing touchdowns.
What? Ain't no way. Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was week 1 versus the Dolphins.
Oh, okay.
Let me pull up. This is them versus the Chargers. I mean, versus the Titans.
That overtime game.
Yes. Justin Herbert threw. Ooh, he didn't play. He is 27-41, but he had 2 touchdowns, no picks.
Ooh.
Joshua Kelly, 13 carries. That's about it.
Yeah, I think that was about a game they didn't really run a lot.
They didn't run a lot at all versus the Titans, but it's hard to run against the Titans, to be quite honest.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull up the Vikings.
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now.
Okay, I pull up last week's game.
Yeah, 47. Joshua 47? Kelly. Justin Herbert threw 40 of 47. 405 yards, 3 touchdowns. Yeah, he throwing Justin Herbert arm off. Joshua Kelly only had 11 carries. Yeah, Kelly.
You crazy, yo. Kellen, yo.
No ball. You know he don't
it looks like last week against the Raiders, he ran 37.
Yeah, he kind
of upped it last week.
Yeah. 17 carries, but I mean that's not that much. And it seemed like 3.8. Like, he ain't gonna run the ball, bro. Trust me, Kellen trying to prove his statement with Mike McCarthy. Because remember Mike McCarthy said he wants this high flying offense. Kellen gonna try to run up the score against us, bro.
Right.
If you think Kellen gives a damn about wins and he just wants to win, no, bro, he don't give a damn about that, bro. He's going to air it out.
Yeah.
He's about to air it out. Because he wants to prove that he can win his way, like he always has.
Yeah.
He wants to win his way. So
I don't know. I don't know. I don't not see him throwing it a lot. But with Eckler coming to play in this game, I kind of see him.
Oh, Eckler's a great scat back, so he'll probably be throwing it to Eckler a lot too. But he gonna throw that ball. He not about to see. You think he about to have Eckler give Eckler 20? When he about to throw that ball.
Yeah, like Taylor just said, he aced 81.6.
You think he gonna? Kellen has too much of an ego, bro. He about to throw that ball.
Yeah,
he wants to prove one that he's better. That he's better with Herbert, right, than Dak.
Yeah.
He wants to prove that he can have this high flying offense that's better than Mike McCarthy's. Mm-hmm. He's going to try to light up that scoreboard. And he's gonna run the ball because of course he's been running the ball, so he's gonna give his backs about 13.
Right, 13. It seemed like maybe 13 to 17. It seemed like I don't see anything over 20.
Right, yeah, he's gonna give him about 13 to 17. Also, Eckler maybe will have like 5-6 targets in the passing game. But he's gonna try to light it up. He's gonna try to light it up. Now that's a mistake against Dan Quinn's defense, but he's gonna try to do it. He's gonna try to kill him.
We're gonna see. All right, like you said, we're gonna see if he learns because he knows the more he throws, that gives him a better chance.
Right. We'll see how they do. We'll see. I mean, maybe he shocks us if he runs it 30 times and only lets Herbert throw a 25. But I just really doubt that, bro. Right. That's not killing, bro.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, we have to.
Yeah, but maybe he.
Yeah, at the end of the day, he's on the phone. Yeah, exactly.
We'll see. We'll see what he's doing.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, and thank you guys for joining us this evening. We gave you guys an hour and a whole half of some fire-ass content.
Y'all got a long story to get to lose.
Yeah. Thank you guys for joining us. Like I said, we got this Charger game coming up. Hopefully, we can go ahead and shake off this 49er game. Just hopefully it don't stink so much no more, you guys. So hopefully we're gonna go ahead and move forward. But before we get out of here, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. Like I said, thank you guys for your time. Join us, for this late night show. I hope we will see you guys next time.
Peace. Thank you guys. Y'all have a good night.